Hello guys, Digital Escape, and this is my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going through the RODECASTER Pro II. So I'm going to be calling it RCP2. And what we're going to be doing is setting up your microphone for the first time and going through the channel processing and how you're going to output your record. That is what we're going to do today. And in my next video is going to be about another functions of the RCP2. So I'm going to make it in series so that the video will not be too long. But for now, let's dive into setting up your microphone for the first time. That's what we're going to be doing today. So let me just show you some features before we dive into setting up microphone. So you need to be aware that this thing has come with 6 fader, but you have a total of 9 channels that you can use. And when you look at the screen, you have 9 channels. The 3 virtual, you have 6. You have a 6 fader and 3 virtual channel. That's what we have. So, and what we're going to be doing right now is that you look at these 3 right here. They are set to unity gain. Those are the virtual channel, and this right here, they are the fader channel. And these 3 don't have to be virtual. You can actually reroute them to stay in any one of these. They're still going to be fine. They're still going to be okay. So you can just take this and take it to 1 or put it in 2, meaning that you can reroute this as much as you like. You have that flexibility. So what we're going to do now is to set up our microphone for the first time, and I'm going to be using condenser microphone on channel 1. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll press my corresponding button to the channel that I want to set up, and here you have different things that you can actually select. If you have any of your microphone here, if you have the Shure FM7B, that means it's going to be pre-installed. So what we do in my own case is that I'm using condenser microphone, and I don't have them here because this is a condenser microphone. If I choose it, it's going to work for me, and it's going to give me the preset for that mic. So now that I choose that, I can bring my microphone up and it's going to work fine. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to press recording on this. First thing first, before we go, I want to go to my SD card, and I want to format the SD card. So I'm going to format the SD card. So I'm going to have fresh SD card to start with in the first place. So I will do that formatting. Once the formatting is done, now we are good to go. Okay, we can come back home, and I'll press my corresponding button to my channel. I choose RODECASTER. I choose this Rode Broadcaster, and it's gonna give me the best settings that the Rode set for this mic, and I can push my microphone to unity gain, and now I can start recording. All right, guys. So now this is just a default setting that you are listening to on the RODECASTER Pro, and as you can see, this is unity gain. So once you push this up and down, you're going to see this white thing moving on. It's just to indicate the levels. As you move it down right here, also it's going to be showing it to you physically here. Okay, so once you get to unity gain, it's going to have these 2 things at the side. Just watch this. So now it's on unity gain. So you see that that thing at the side. So it's just showing it's in unity. So that is using the preset. Okay, that's using the preset for your microphone. But if I don't want to use that and set the mic up on my own, I have the option to either come through the pad, or you can just press the corresponding channel on the screen, and you can change the settings as you like, or you can just come and choose like that. Now you have it there. Now it gives me the settings that you think I can use with condenser mic. So you can either come here add to your gain, or you can change from your gain. Okay, so you can also use the rotary die to change your gain levels or to reduce your phone. You can add or reduce to your gain level. That's what you need to do. So you have your fader here, you set your gain level, and once you be sure that you are not picking on the red line, and occasionally you can be hitting the yellow, but if you hitting the yellow anytime you're talking, then probably you are too hot. You don't want to be hitting the yellow all the time. You want to be hitting the yellow when you talk at your loudest. But anytime you are talking just like regular talking without any excitement, you want to be always on the green. But probably if you yell or laugh or anything like that, that's where you want to be in the yellow. So the yellow have to be occasionally when you're exciting, or probably you talk loud. But when you're talking in a regular way, you don't need to go to the yellow all the time. Okay. So once you're done with your gain level and you are fine with your gain level, the next thing is that you want to use the processing. And if you want to use the processing, that will be up to you. Okay. And if you don't want to use the processing, also, that was also going to be up to you. Okay. Right now, it's going to be that turn the processing off. And this is how you're going to sound when you turn the processing off. Okay. On this board, you have processing and you have effect. The processing is just going to give you this 3 knob for preset, or if you want to go to the effect and you have the echo and the reverb. Okay. This is going to be your echo when you turn it on. That's the echo. Get back from there. You can go to the turn this one on. That's the reverb. All right. Off. All right. So those are the thing. I think I still have this one on. Okay. All right. So those are the effect on the echo, and so back to the processing. You have the preset, which is going to be standard on anything you choose. So this is in this preset, you have 3 to select from the preset. And to show you the 3, you go to preset. You have natural, podcast, and broadcast. You choose natural. This is what you get on the natural. Just take note of this line right here. So it's not too aggressive. In fact, I will say that this is going to be a minimum setting for the preset. It gives you more natural, or probably if you're doing music, this will be where you want to be. So go back to the preset. If I shoot podcast, just look at the settings on the podcast. Look at the line. The line is almost complete, which I will call this like a medium aggressive, because this is going to give your voice depth. Sparkle is just going to give your voice some kind of excitement, and this is more punch to your voice, but it's also going to cause more of the gate to be actuated. So you have to be careful. Just look at this also, the broadcast. If I choose the broadcast, look at what we have on the broadcast. The circle is almost complete. And now we have more punch. This is more aggressive. It's more aggressive gates because it's going to filter out more of the background noise and deepen your voice. So in my case, I prefer the podcast studio compared to other, okay? And that's what you have right there on the settings. But just let's assume that you have all these settings. You can tweak it to what you like. If it's too much for you, you can change it by using the rotary die. The sparkle also, you can change by using the rotary die. So you have the option to do a little bit of, in and out of the regular settings, all right? So let's assume you're done with all this and you still want to go further in the advanced, and that's where you go. If you still want to tweak more, okay? You go to the advanced and you have all these settings to play with in the advanced. And the first one is going to be your low cut right there. That's the low cut. You have your de-esser. I think this is more like compression or so. So we have to go through everything for you to see what we have in there. So the first one, that's going to be your effects high pass filter. Okay, you see the shot right there is on right now. If I turn it off, this is how it sound when I turn it off. Now it's back on. This is how it sound when it's back on. All right, so let's dive deep on this one. In my own case, this is set to 70 arcs. It's going to be cutting 12 dB from 70, but that's just not what I want. I want to go between 80 to 120. So let's see. I'm just going to go all the way to, this is 200. 200 will be the highest you can cut in the low cut. So I think I'll be okay with 120 or 80 in my own. I don't think I want to do more than that. So I'm going to stay in the 120 or probably 118. Let's just say 118. And if you come to the slope will give you 3 settings. You can either do minus 6 dB. I mean, you can either cut out 6 dB, 12 dB, or 24. So the lowest you can cut is 6 dB, and the highest is going to be 24. So in my own case, I still want to cut close to that 24. Okay, I just want that thing out because 12, 18, probably I'll do it. I'll just do the, I think 18 is good if you want to cut. For my own, 18 is okay, but you can cut more if you want to. It's up to you. So that is how I like my high pass filter to work. Okay, then I can now go back to the next one, which is going to be the de-esser. So the de-esser is going to cut out the sibilance in your voice, your threshold and your frequency. These are the two things I normally work with. I know that my sibilance come around 5,000 to 6,000. So I always come to around 6,000 where I think my sibilance kind of more pronounced. Then you come to the threshold. Then you can say, okay, if you go, the threshold now is 28.5 dB. That's the settings right there. If you go all the way to the down, then you're not going to be able to cut anything. It's not going to cost anything. Seashore. It's not going to cut anything. Just look at the dot. Seashore. Nothing is going to be cut. And if you go all the way up, it's just going to take all your X's out. Nothing is going to be, it's going to take everything out. There will be no high end in your voice. And this is how it's going to sound. So you want to be sure that when you are doing it, you just be careful so that you're going to be able to sound natural. So what I normally do is I do seashore. So when you get to the point that I can see that my high end is back, but cutting out those sibilants, then that's when I stop. So just be careful how you use it so that you don't put too much strain on it. So let's dive into the next one. And that's going to be our noise gate, okay? That's what filter out the background noise. I'm going to turn it off and stay quiet. It works fantastic. It's just going to help you clear out the background on unwanted noise in your room. It's just going to clear it out, okay? Off, on. So that would be up to you how you want to set it. What I normally do is that look at the threshold, hold, range. The range is going to be how much you want to cut out. Let me get off the range. That's 9 dB and 38 dB. Now I'm not cutting anything out of this. Minus negative 36, 38. If I come back here, everything is off. It's just gonna cut everything out. So let's go all the way, just like so. Everything like so, minus 6 dB. And I'm going to be cutting anything from probably anything from 24. Probably 24 is good, but 38 is also good. All right, so that's where I'm going to be cutting off. All right, so I think the silent is there. And once you're done with the noise gate, you can move to the next one, which is going to be a compression. The compressor, just, set it how you think you want it to be. That's the threshold. You can turn it away, and that's the compression. You can bring it up again and see how it sounds in your voice. The gain level is how you want to set it. It's up to you. You can turn it off and you can bring it back on. That's your compression right there. So nothing much in the compression. The gain, I actually want to gain it up to 6 or probably, yes, 3 dB is what I want to gain it. And you're looking at probably 24. That's where I want to be. Yes, so that's going to be my compression right there. And I'm good to go, okay? The next one is going to be your equalizer. And the equalizer, you have the high, the mid, and the low. Okay? So you have this high bell and high gain. Mid bell, mid gain, low bell, low gain. So the bells, which the first circles here, they are the dots on this line. Those are the dots, okay? And all this, they are the line, all right? So if I choose the bell for the eye, this is the eye, all right? Just watch when I use the rotary, you see, it's just going to expand the distance. And that will say that, okay, do you want to cut now? This is 3000 arcs. 3000 arcs, that's where that is. And you can bring it all the way to 6,000 or so, 12,000. All right. So that's where you control your eye bell. So I'm going to leave it around 6,000. And when you come here, you can either cut away or you can boost, depending on what you want to do. When you come to 0, 0 is where it's flat. Okay. So you can flat it at 0 or you can just boost. In my own case, I want all the way to 6. All right, so I'm going to gain it all the way to 6. Then you come to the mid. Let me go to the low. The low, you can move it all the way to, I'm going to bring it all the way to probably, that's 200. That 200, I want to boost a little bit to give my voice. Then you come to the mid and you move your mid to like 500 or so. Like right there, yes. And there, probably if you want to reduce that, just to give your voice some, depend on what you want, okay? So you can leave that to flat or a little bit boost, all right? So once you set your equalizer, then you can leave and you go to the next one. And these are going to be big bottom or right sider and so I turn it off right now. It's back on, and you can tweak this also to your settings. Panning is just going left or right, okay? And that will be the end of the chain on the processing that you have on the RODECASTER Pro version 2 or RODECASTER Pro 2 RCP2. So that's going to be the end on that. And once you're done, you're out. And that complete how you set up the channel strip. That complete everything. So if you go to this advanced again, you press it. So it's going to ask you that if you want to save what you just actually put together now. What we just set, if you want to set it, you can set it. And if you want to clear it, you can clear it. I will go back to default. Okay, so that's going to give you default settings, and you can see my voice is back to default. So if you go back to present, this is the studio. So let's say now you're done with whatever you want to do, your advance is there. You can say that you want to save it, the present, and if you don't want to save it. And this one also, you have the option to save. Once you save, you type any name you want to do, and it's going to be in the present. Let me set one for you, and you will see how it works, okay? And once I'm done, I'm out, and now I can come to that preset and save it. I can save it my mix. So I can call it my mix. So you just hit done, and that's it. So anytime I choose any one of these things, I can come to my mix, which is this one. I choose it, and it just take me to, let's assume you set everything up. You just come back to your mix and you choose it. It's right there for you, and you can always use it anytime, any day you need it. It's just going to be there for you, and that's going to be your mix. So now that you are done with your recording, everything, the next thing you're going to do after you're done with your recording is stop your recording. That's yellow is just for you to pause it, and you press again, it's going to stop recording. Okay, the green means it's not recording, red means it's recording, yellow means pause. So that's how you do your recording. So now that you are done with your recording, the next thing is that you want to access what you record. You come here and you go to show, and this is where you have your recording. Okay, if you look at this one, is 23 minutes, right? This is 0 minutes, and this one is 24 minutes. So I want to delete this one. So that one is deleted. Okay, go back. This is the recording we've been listening to since morning, and now if you want to play it out, you can play your recording and everything, and you'll be good to go. All right, so that's how you do your that's how you process your recording and everything, and you can export everything out once you're done, or you can just plug if you have the RODECASTER Pro II already plugged to your computer, you can just export directly from there, or you can go to their software that Rode did. I think Rode Connect. You can use that also to do the export, and you'll be fine. Okay. Also, you should be aware that you have two options. You have three options to record. You can either record in the small micro SD card, or you can plug in probably if you have external recorder, not external recorder, like external hard drive, the SSD, if you have SSD that is using USB-C, you can plug that in also. It's going to record. You can record on it, or you can record directly on your computer. That will depend on how you set up your RODECASTER Pro II. So that's going to be about that, and you should be fine. You should be good to go. But now, let me show you one more thing before I go. If you look at my screen right now, the screen is more or less like there's no number, all these things there. This is how you enable it to be sure that, okay, press the get button, you come to your display, and when you get to the display, you have your record button, brightness, metering. This is the haptic feedback. You come to this metering, and you choose this one. Once you choose this one, you back, and you can see that the numbers are now there. Another thing I actually want to show you is that if you do not set this RODECASTER Pro II to record in multitrack, it's not going to do it for you automatically. You have to set it to record in multitrack. Anytime you're recording, if you do not set that multitrack first time, it's going to record everything in stereo, and it's going to output it in stereo. So you want to go in and record in multitrack, and you go to the gear icon right there, and you go to the output. Okay, the output is part of it. The output, when you go to the output, the next thing you're going to look for is going to be your multi-track. You press the multi-track recording, then you have your USB. So when you come here, you choose either pre-fader or post-fader. Okay, if this is off, it's not going to record any multi-track for you. You have to either choose this or this. And the difference between this and this is that this is just going to record without any effect. It said bypass processing. You can turn it off. Fader position will be excluded from multi-track. Processing effect and fader position will be excluded from the multi-track. I think that's self-explanatory. If you choose pre-fader and you deselect the bypass, you choose pre-fader now, deselect you deselect the bypass, it's going to tell you that the fader position will be excluded from multi-track, meaning that regardless of where you have your faders, right, this machine is going to record each of the channel at unity gain. It's going to record them at the unity level. This is where the level is going to be, where it's going to record them out. Okay, regardless of where you have the fader, but it's going to record all your processing. If you have effect, everything in it is going to record all the effect. But if you don't want the effect in it, you can press this, and once this thing light in blue, it means no effect will be recorded, and it's going to let you understand that processing effect and fader position will be excluded from multi-track. And if you come all the way like this, it's not going to matter at all. It's going to record everything in unity gain. Now you take it to your edit and edit. I think this one is good for those people that want raw recording. If all you want is that, record here and take it to your DAW to actually do post-processing, this will be the best for you to choose if you want to have more control on what you're doing with the audio. But if you just want to record and post it directly to any platform you want to use it, this option will be the best for you. The post fader will be the best because it will record all processing effect, and fader position will be included. Warning: fader position will be the determining recording level. So this one is also self-explanatory. So if you choose this post fader, post fader will be best choice for those that are doing podcasts. And if you don't want to do external or post-processing, you just want to take it out of the RODECASTER Pro and post it to the platform you want to post it to, the post fader will be your best because your fader level is more or less like you'll be able to mix in real life. Okay, the pre-fader mix, you want to do your mixing after recording, but post fader means that you want to do your recording and your mixing while recording. So the fader level is going to determine what you record. If this is low, the recording on this channel is going to be low. So the fader level will be recorded according to how you set it. Alright guys, so this is where I'm going to draw the curtain on this one. I think it's been long enough already. I don't want to make this one too long. Just watch out for another video that's going to be coming out on the RODECASTER Pro. It's going to be another tutorial that I'm going to go through another things that I believe you guys want to see. Probably if you think you are interested in that, please do subscribe to the channel and look out for the video that is going to be coming out in series. Okay, and that will be a wrap on this one. Okay, until next time guys, stay blessed. Bye bye.